Hello ladies and gents, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna give you my Monte Carlo final preview between Stefanos Tsitsipas and Alejandro Davidovich Fokina from Spain. The Spaniard has really showed the tennis world what a great player he is. He has blossomed in this tournament. I have seen him plenty of times on court in many matches, and most of those matches he has lost his focus, he has lost his temper, he had some problems with his anger issues. He's a player that reminds me a little bit of David Nalbandian. He's a tremendously good ball striker, he has great hands, and he really knows how to play tennis. And now he has achieved his biggest career move so far. He's gonna play a Masters final, and before this match, he has defeated a couple of players on his route to the final. Those guys were Giron in the first round, and we all know that he defeated the world number one, Novak Djokovic, in 2 straight sets, and then he defeated David Goffin from Belgium, and then he took on Taylor Fritz in the quarter and won a 3-set battle. And today it was another tough battle where Davidovich Fokina showed some great mental fortitude and defeated the Bulgarian tennis wizard Dimitrov in 3 sets. And what can I say about Davidovich Fokina? He really played tremendously great tennis. He has raised his level on all aspects of his tennis skills. And today against Dimitrov, if you look at the stats, if you have watched the match, you saw that Dimitrov won in the beginning. He was the better player, but Fokina managed to broke Dimitrov in the first set, and 1 break was enough. He won that first set 6-4. In the second set, I think that Fokina was up 4-2. But lost. Grigor managed to recoup and find and fought his way back into the match and took the second set in tie break. And in the beginning of the first set, Dimitrov got the break. He was 2-0 up. I thought that this was gonna be the end for Davidovich Fokina, but deep in my mind I knew that I'm not trusting Dimitrov because he's very unpredictable, he's very inconsistent, and what happened? He collapsed. And at the same time, Davidovich started to find and play better again. He reloaded, and somehow he took care of Dimitrov's mistakes and won the third set 6-3 pretty comfortably after he was being 2-0 down. All right, if you look at the stats, look. Stats are stats, but that's not always the truth. If you look at the stats number, Dimitrov won more points behind his serve and behind the returns. Dimitrov was the guy that won more points. But he didn't lose, he didn't win, he lost. Why did Dimitrov lost, even though his numbers were better in the serve section and in the return section? And if you look at the stats quickly, Fokina won 62% by his first serve, 58% by his second serve, and Grigor a little bit better, 64% by his first serve and 60% by his second serve. And in the returning section, Dimitrov was a little bit better than Fokina also, but where did the Bulgarian lose the match? Where did he lose the match? It was, of course, the breakpoint opportunities, the clutch moments, when you get your chance, when you have the chance to take the advantage and make something out of your opponent's serve. That's where Dimitrov failed. Dimitrov only managed to take care of 3 out of 10 breakpoints, that chances that he got. Meanwhile, Davidovich Fokina, when he got the chance, he almost took every chance. He took 5 out of 6 breakpoint opportunities, and that's why he won the match. It was not like Dimitrov was he was much better than Dimitrov in this match. He won just a couple of points more than Dimitrov all in all, but that doesn't mean anything in tennis. Just look at Roger Federer in the Wimbledon final 2019. He won, I believe, more than 10 or 14 points more than Djokovic. But where was the match tipping to the advantage of Roger's opponent? It was on the clutch moments. And the same thing was in this match. All right. Grigor served tremendously good, especially behind the second serve. You know, his second serve, he got rewarded many times. Why did he get rewarded on this clay surface? Of course, his second serve has a very, very effective kick. So his second kick serve, like he served today, was tremendously good and rewarded him. In that section, I think the Dominic Thiem and Roger Federer are the best guys that win more points. They are very good on their second serve when they play clay, because they have technical skills, like and they create a lot of amount of spin with that kick serve. But it was not enough. I think that Davidovich Fokina, who is a defensive player, when he was under pressure, he just switched gear. He counter-punched out the Bulgarian when he was under pressure, especially from that forehand side. He found those angles and pushed the Bulgarian 1 or 2 meters out of the court. And sometimes he created tremendously great winners from his forehand. So he was so rock solid. He was so good when he had the chances. And Dimitrov really fell for the bait in this match, because Davidovich Fokina wanted this battle to go to the baseline, and it did. And you could clearly see that even though Davidovich Fokina did a lot of unforced errors, that even the Bulgarian didn't have the weapon to win the points, and that allowed the defensive player Fokina to fish up those balls, to get the ball back in play, and wait for the Bulgarian to make mistakes. And that's what he did in the end. He did a lot of unforced errors. Fokina played great from both his wings. His backhand is rock solid, and his forehand is very, very, very... He hit that with so much pace. When it accelerates, it's almost impossible to catch it. And even though Grigor Dimitrov is a tremendous mover, he was really bothered when that forehand was on fire. But all in all, I think that Dimitrov has done a great tournament. He has reached the semifinal more than many players and fans expected. He has done a tremendous job, but both of these guys, they played great tennis, but they also showed why they are not Grand Slam winners, why they have not been as good as we have expected them to win, because they do a lot of too much unforced errors to compete with the big guys. You know, in this tournament, Davidovich Fokina has played 5 matches, and Dimitrov have played 4 matches. Usually, they play 2 or 3 great matches each tournament. Even though Dimitrov's career has been much better, of course, he has achieved much more. And now Davidovich Fokina can, if he can take care of the young Greek, the young Greek Stefanos Tsitsipas in the final, he will clinch his biggest title so far in his career and collect Masters. All right, that was about that match. And now I'm gonna go into Stefanos Tsitsipas' battle against Zverev. It was very, very easy for him to win it, but it wasn't easy. In my opinion, I thought that this was going to go the distance and that Zverev was going to win, but the young Greek won 6-4 and 6-2, I think. Or was it 6-4, 6-4? Anyway, he extended his lead in the head-to-head against Zverev. Now it's 7-3, and he can actually defend his title from last year, and that is a great achievement. It's very hard to defend the title in tennis, especially at Masters, especially at clay court tournaments, where you have time to come back into the match. Your opponent can't take so much time from you. And Grigor tried against Fokina, but he couldn't, because his offensive weapons were not on fire. And that's why the Spaniard had chance to put the ball in play, and eventually he squeezed those necessary unforced errors out of Dimitrov's racket. All right, but how did the Greek play? He played flawless tennis, of course. He won 75% behind his first serve, 58% behind his second serve. Sasha, on the other hand, failed, of course, in the service section. He only won 53% behind his first serve and 35% behind his second serve. And if you're smart enough, you can sum up and realize that that's where the German lost the match. Stefanos won 5 out of 8 breakpoint chances he got, and Sasha he won 50%. He won 2 out of 4. But one thing that impressed me very much in this match, I said yesterday that Tsitsipas' 2 biggest flaws are his return and his backhand. And in the match the battle against Zverev, he returned tremendously good on Sasha's both first and second serve, mostly the second serve, where he didn't allow Sasha Zverev to take the charge on the point 3. And when your serve is not working, especially for a guy that lives on his serve like Zverev, you can't beat a quality player like Tsitsipas with that serve. And Tsitsipas hit through Zverev many times in this match and showed why he was the better player. He was rock solid. He took care of his chances. He was offensive. He took time away from Zverev. He stuck to his game plan. And I said yesterday, with that confidence, after what he was nearly crashing out against Schwartzman, he's gonna go into the semifinal with tremendously amount of confidence and self-belief. Sasha looked rusty in this match. He did a lot of unforced errors. He did 6 double faults. And like I said, if his serve doesn't work, the first and the second serve, you have nothing to collect from Stefanos Tsitsipas. He's not that bad of play, even though Stefanos Tsitsipas can do plenty of unforced errors. But sometimes life is like that, and we have seen now that Tsitsipas is a bad matchup for Zverev. He has won all of their free clay court meetings so far in their career, and I'm very impressed by the Greek, what he has accomplished in this tournament. I think that he's one of those stars that you like to see, that you want to win Grand Slam, that you want to be the next star, because he has the whole package. He is an offensive player. He's not afraid of taking risk, and against Zverev, he didn't have to take so many risks. He was he played better than average Tsitsipas I've seen before this year, but now Tsitsipas has booked a place in the final, and he has met Fokina twice. He met him earlier this year at Rotterdam in the round 1 match. He won that battle, and in the last year's Monte Carlo quarterfinal, he defeated Fokina also. So he's going into this tournament to the final with great confidence. And what does the Greek have to do what does he need to do to beat Fokina? He has to take time from him. He has to serve tremendously good, like he did today against Sasha. He really has to go for the trigger, because we know that Fokina's game plan is going to play defensive and create a little bit offensive when he has the chance. Tsitsipas is going to dictate the game. He's going to take charge. Tsitsipas really has to hit through David Fokina in the final. Davidovich Fokina. And what does Fokina have to do? He really has to play flawless tennis. His unforced errors, you have to keep his unforced error numbers down. Not like in the game against Dimitrov. His unforced numbers must be low. He must protect his serve. And he has to aim for the Greek's backhand and try to mix up the game sometimes. And I think that the Greek has more advantage. He has more game plans. He has more tools in his box. Because I know that Stefanos, he's going to play offensive. And when his game is not clicking, when his offensive skills are on high alert, when he's producing that high octane tennis, nothing can stop him because his forehand will dictate the game. That's the main weapon. And he's going to protect his serve. He's going to serve safe on his second serve. He's going to serve out wide. He's trying to create something with his serve and push the Spaniard far away from the baseline. So it's going to be a defensive battle against offensive player. So tomorrow, I think Davidovich Fokina will have to run for his life. He was gonna run a lot. The Greek is gonna squeeze him into the corners. He's gonna make him move. And can Davidovich Fokina keep up? Does he have the fire? Does he have the fuel in his tank? Is his tank empty now after all of these matches? He played 3 sets against Fritz, 3 sets against Dimitrov, and I think that he looked a little bit tired in both the Fritz match and against Dimitrov. So, and now he's gonna meet a hyper-offensive player like none of those players has met before. And I think that task will be too difficult for Davidovich Fokina, and that's why I think that Stefanos Tsitsipas is gonna defend his title tomorrow and collect his Monte Carlo Masters #2. But on the other hand, if the Greek doesn't serve great, if he doesn't hit the spots, if he doesn't hit clean tomorrow, we know that the Greek creates a lot of unforced errors when he's not playing clean, especially from the backhand side. So Davidovich game plan, he has a game plan, he can actually win, but it depends a little bit on how Stefanos play, to be honest. Alright, that was my final prediction. Thank you for watching this video, take care and bye bye.